Wonderful people of the internet, welcome back to Fuming Takes. It's been a little bit of a hiatus, but we're so happy to be back. And joining me today, as always,
I'm Tanner.
I'm Danny.
I'm DJ, and with our guest host today,
I'm Hayden.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How you guys doing?
welcome back to Fuming Takes.
Big Giants fan. DJ graciously invited me to be on the podcast. I've been wanting to talk football for a while on the podcast. Big Giants fan. I was a sport management major in college. I have a big passion for sports in general. And yeah, it's
So he knows what he's talking about. It's safe to say, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I like to give, like the edgy, controversial takes. That's kind of how I roll.
That is what we do.
We'll figure it out together, I guess.
Perfect for this show.
This might be fuming, but I'm controversial.
Nah, we like to hear that here.
But yeah,
This guy's
Joey
speaking down
could
on our
not
name.
make it today. Unfortunately, Joey got a real job. We're very happy about it.
Don't say the J slur. We're on YouTube.
Yeah. But yeah, so free agency 2026, big splash this year. Might be one of the biggest free agencies we've had in a long time. Some of the biggest news we've had. Tanner, you want to kick us off?
Sure, yeah. I mean, a lot of moves, a lot of cool spots, new faces. My favorite of the group, if I had to pick one, I'm a big fan of the Devin Lloyd pickup that the Panthers got. He finished last year with 5 interceptions, which was second in the league for anyone by position. He's a linebacker joining a Panthers linebacking unit that had no one. Like, honestly, I dare you to come up with a name on that team other than Nick Scorton, who's their edge, So not even a true middle linebacker. That Devin Lloyd comes in and actually brings that. You pair him with J.C. Horn, who also had 5 interceptions. Yep. That becomes a lethal defense over there. And they shocked people by making the NFC South. They led the NFC South last year. I think they could do it again, especially with this ad. I really like it.
I agree. Yeah. The Panthers are a big time underdog next year. They have the lowest odds to win the division right now?
Yeah, I was...
Go take that if you want to make money.
Yeah, honestly, I was going to say that at the end of this for the hot take spot, but Panthers are they won the division last year. They have the lowest odds to win it this year. Why aren't you taking them now? Mike Evans just left the Bucks. That would have been the only team I would have been worried about in the division. The Falcons are spiraling, looking for a quarterback. Saints are the Saints right now.
They had a good end of their season, though.
Yeah,
they had a good. Tyler Shaw showed out.
Yeah.
I would have picked them to be like the last place team in the league last year, picking first, and then
they brought in
midway through the season, Tyler Shaw kind of turned it on, and that's maybe where I think.
Hey, and now my boy Zach Wilson.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, everyone did. Don't worry. No, but the Saints did actually bring in Travis A-Chain or ETN. He wants to be called A-Chain now.
Yeah,
It's just
A-Chain now.
Said he could finally have his name pronounced the right way because he's in New Orleans. Apparently, it's like some French way to say it or something.
I guess
like
it
that.
is. But so he's an improvement for them for sure.
100%.
So that's a nice push for their direction. But I still like the Panthers as my favorite in that division.
Yeah, so do I.
and specifically because of the Devin Lloyd pickup.
They're also just a growing team. Like they have so many young guys at pivotal positions. Also, Bryce Young gets another year of development. He closed out the season real well, consistent.
They stuck with him, and it's starting to pay out.
Yeah, and then Tet, of course, just won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and the sky's the limit for him. Yeah, I mean their offensive line is good, and
it was
solid.
It was banged up going into the playoffs last year, but it is okay.
And now they're finally getting the defense right. So yeah, the Panthers are definitely a sleeper next season. I like that pick a lot.
Danny, who do you got?
So I got, because I know you guys are gonna call me a homer to the max, but I got one homer call and then I got one actual call. So I made a video about Isaiah Likely being the most underrated free agent in the NFL this entire offseason, and I said a perfect fit for him would be the Giants. So my favorite signing was Isaiah Likely to the Giants. I think it's great for Dart. We saw plenty of times where Lamar would be scrambling out of the pocket, extends the play kind of the same way that Jackson Dart does. Not saying Dart is Lamar, but close enough. Isaiah Likely goes back to play with his old coach. They extend the play. Isaiah Likely always finds space, and I feel like it's just great for a young quarterback to have a tight end that he could rely on. Plus,
Good safety blanket.
I feel like Likely's always been like on the cusp of like top 10 tight end potential. Like I think he has the talent to be a top 10. Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Every single time that it seemed like he started, Andrews was banged up, he got more reps. It just seemed like Isaiah Likely would always produce, whether it was 4 catches and a touchdown, 6 catches and 2 touchdowns. Like it didn't really. It was crazy. Like
that signing definitely reminded me of the. It reminded me of the DJ Moore signing as well. Just because you look at DJ Moore and Isaiah Likely, both like when DJ Moore was with Chicago and Isaiah Likely was in Baltimore, both of them like didn't get to play as much as they're going to be playing now, but during the times that they had to make those big plays, they made big plays too. And I think both of them are very similar.
I see that.
So you're saying like it's similar in the sense of like it was a guy who didn't get the usage that he should have gotten,
Yes,
but now in his
100%.
new offense he
Yeah.
could break out.
Yes.
And pull it. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
he's gonna be a break.
No, I
I do want
totally feel
to
that.
just say though, DJ Moore's traded. He got traded
Yes,
to the
he's
Bills.
on the Bills. Yeah,
He got traded to the
exactly.
Bills,
Yes.
which great
Yeah.
pickup for them. Yeah.
But I think
They
they're
needed
both
it.
somewhere in like that.
The Bills
Yeah.
needed it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure.
They needed
Desperately.
it.
Yeah.
They've been begging for a receiver since Diggs left, dude. It's
a true
Yeah.
wide receiver one.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to
Allen
Keon.
really, it doesn't have an excuse anymore. DJ Moore is
Yeah.
a solid receiver.
You know what though? I hate to be that guy, but it felt like he didn't have an excuse this year because everyone was banged up, and this was the year for the
And
Buffalo Bills.
Mahomes wasn't in the
That's what I'm
playoffs.
saying.
Burrow wasn't in the
This year
playoffs.
should have been their
It
year.
should've-
Absolutely.
Should've been.
Yeah, but
1,000%.
the Broncos are just good.
And the Patriots,
But,
I mean, I forget what week it was, but the Pats took it to them on Sunday night. No one saw that coming. That Sunday night
Yeah.
game, they beat them right up at the end. And then, they were trading blows. I mean, the Bills didn't really, they got in the playoffs, yeah, but they were a wild card. They should have been the 1 seed last year.
Yeah.
And then my more niche signing is Jaquan Brisker to the Steelers. Jaquan Brisker, if you watch his highlights, so he's been banged up, and that's the reason why I think he didn't, make as much money as he's worth. But, dude, when this guy's healthy, he is just an animal. He's all over the field. He's making plays on the opposite side of the field. He's breaking down hard on the run. He's breaking down hard on passes over the middle. He's just a ball player, man. He's a good blitzer. And it kind of just he fits exactly almost what Pittsburgh football is about in terms of being hard-nosed and aggressive and all that stuff. I think Jaquan Brisker is going to be a really good signing. I think the Steelers found a really good one there.
Nice.
Nice. So I've been talking a big game, obviously, about the Jaguars and the Bengals our past couple episodes. But, I've been a Jet fan my whole life, so I got to represent Jet Nation with a lot of my picks, I think. Now I got to redeem myself a little bit. I'm sorry. I have to.
Okay, so we're calling you the homer. Okay.
At least I came with something.
All right. We acquired Minkah Fitzpatrick from the Dolphins for a 2026 7th round pick, and we signed him to a 3-year extension. I like that. I know he is a little bit more on the older side, but bringing him in, he's a proven veteran, and our defense definitely needs the help. And if we're going to be bringing in some younger guys, which we'll talk about later on during our draft talk, I think having guys like him and Demario Davis are going to be huge for
for
that
sure.
locker room
I
because
agree.
they're coming in with so much knowledge.
Yeah, it'll definitely they'll set a veteran presence.
Yes.
Very well. I like the signing in the sense of I feel like Minkah when he first got traded to the Steelers, when he was at the top of the charts for Defensive Player of the Year and stuff like that as a safety.
Yeah.
He was leading the league in turnovers at points or interceptions, something like that, and he was just an absolute ball hawk. But it was because he would jump out of his zone a lot of the time and go to make plays. The season after his insane season with the Steelers, he then started to not leave his zone. I guess because he got burnt twice. But I'll take getting burnt twice for 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so he started staying in his zone more, turned into less of that turnover guy and more of a, just very good
Part of the
last
defense.
line of defense.
Yeah.
I think he had over 100 tackles the one season with the Steelers. I'm excited to see him with the Jets because I feel like the stakes. No offense. I feel like the stakes aren't as high, and Minka
Yeah.
will be able to play that out of position roamer of the defense kind of deal
100%.
now.
Yeah.
Like better. And, I mean, the Jets are the Jets.
Yeah, I know. One of our younger signings, though, I did really like. We got from the Giants, safety Dane Belton.
Yeah.
We got him for 1 year. He's had more picks than the Jets defense did last season.
You would say
You had zero.
I just said amount of
That
picks
was
as the
the
Jets.
DJ had the same amount of
I don't know
interceptions
if
as the whole
it was
entire Jets team last
impressive
year.
or depressing that they didn't record a single
I know.
interception.
Feels like a quarterback would accidentally just hand it to the
Yeah,
and
defense.
they played,
100%.
they played some bad teams.
They had,
Some
they had a
bad
fair amount of
quarterbacks.
drop
Yeah.
interceptions.
They played the Dolphins
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Hey, I was
Yeah,
at
two
the
would
Jets
turn the ball
Browns
over.
game, aka the toilet bowl game.
Oh God, yeah.
But yeah, I think bring him on. I believe he's like 25 years old though. So a
Yeah,
little
he's a
bit
young guy.
of a younger guy in that locker room. But I'll talk more about the Jets later on once we get to our hot takes. But
All right.
BDH, bro, what do you got for us?
So I have two pickups that were very keen to me. I'll go with the homer pick first. It's not the likely route though. It's Pat Ricard.
Yeah.
Fullback is such an underutilized position in football. The top, I think it's like the top 10 or 15 teams in the league have a fullback. It was without a doubt the most important signing in my opinion, and it will show this year for the Giants. Pat Ricard played great for the Ravens. He is what is needed in that backfield. It's already going to be an explosive backfield with Scatterbo, and that was my favorite pickup that the Giants made. They needed it. I mean, also we got Jason Sanders, the kicker. We needed a kicker. Graham Gano gets hurt like every other week.
I don't know what it is. Yeah.
No, he gets
should
hurt
have
on
brought back
kickoffs.
Younghoe
It's
Koo.
every single year he gets hurt on a kickoff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then we had
Grandpa
Younghoe
Gano.
Koo kicking for a little bit. We had Jude McAtendney. He was
Oof.
terrible.
I should have worn my Coup jersey.
The toe stubber, Hall of Fame toe stubber.
Oh my gosh, that was I
Charlie
was
Brown.
watching that game,
That's what it was.
and I had to turn off the TV. I was just so mad.
That's rough.
But other than the Giants, my other favorite pickup was Mike Evans to the Niners.
Yeah.
I did like that pickup.
Surprised no one said it. 49ers offense is built for Brock Purdy to thrive in. He wouldn't thrive anywhere else, in my opinion.
This guy knows ball.
And I also, I think they needed it. Deebo Samuel left the hole for them. He was a big part of their offense for many years.
You guys remember Brandon Ayuk?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Listen,
No.
He's too busy melting ice cream cones. in his hands.
but they still have George Kittle too. I think the 49ers needed it, and Mike Evans was hurt a lot of last year. And I think people forgot and will forget this year when he's playing just how good he actually is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did they extend Juwan Jennings yet?
Not too sure.
No.
I don't know.
Milkman, if you could just check that for me.
I think they did.
They either extended. I think that they did extend Juwan, but I could be wrong.
said-
He could still be a free agent.
They're going to have an underrated offense.
I do want to say something about Mike, though, because the past 2 seasons now, he's dealt with injuries.
Yeah.
This wasn't a thing for his entire career. I mean, he was able to get 1,000 yards every single
Well,
season.
dude, he's a big guy.
He was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's a big guy, and he's slowing down now,
Yeah.
and he's dealt with 2 back-to-back seasons of injuries. You know, I'm not.
You know what I like
I'm
about
not.
him?
It's just something
Free
to be
agent.
worried about.
You know what I
Yeah.
like about him though? He's had so many different quarterbacks throughout his career.
True.
He had
True.
Jameis. He had Fitz.
Probably
Yeah.
a little bit of Mike Glennon in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he had a little bit of Mike Glennon in there.
This guy knows ball.
He had I think he had Josh Freeman maybe
Brady.
at a point
Tom-
too.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Yeah, I was getting to Tom Brady. Yeah, Tom Brady.
Maybe Colt McCoy.
I don't know if Colt McCoy
Was that
played
before?
football.
That might have been before. I
Oh,
I'm
he's
not just
also.
spitballing now.
Oh yeah, Johnny Manziel in college.
This guy's just showing off.
And he had and he has Baker now. Like
Yeah.
I think his ability to adapt to so many different styles of play, different quarterbacks, they're all different. Jameis Winston and Tom Brady are in 2 different classes. I love Jameis.
Really, you think?
No, but they are in 2 different classes of quarterback, and I don't know. I think his ability to adapt, and I'm interested to see how he plays with Purdy.
Especially playing under the mind of Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
Now
Oh
it was
my
just
gosh.
like
I like that.
genius.
I like that take a lot with the multiple quarterbacks thing because it's what I point to of why I regard Larry Fitzgerald as maybe the 2nd greatest wide receiver of all time. Honestly, because he played with who? Like his
Everyone.
best quarterback was Kurt Warner. You know.
You could even
And
argue
it was
Carson Palmer for 2 years.
Kurt was pretty fresh.
Yeah, but at that point, it was the last shot of Kurt Warner's career. You know what I mean? When Larry Fitzgerald got him.
He also had
he never
Carson-
grew with a quarterback.
He had Carson Palmer at the tail end of his career. Like, Palmer made it to the NFC Championship.
Yeah, I get it, but like I don't know, he was still putting up numbers with whoever was back there. Is my point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. This isn't a Larry Fitzgerald video, but like I think he might be top 3 all time when it comes to contested catches, and top 3 all time when it comes to run after catch. And everyone else you're putting on that list is either number 1 and all the way down here in a different category. So. As far as overall wide receiver goes, I love Larry Fitzgerald.
Let me also add a stat to that.
Go for it.
That I
the best
that I
stat
read
of all time.
He has more career tackles
Yes.
than he does drops.
Yes. It's the greatest
Shows
stat.
who he was
It's the greatest stat.
Shows who was playing quarterback.
I
mean, yeah, it also
exactly.
shows how-
I think he had didn't he have
Glue hands
McCown
he had.
as his quarterback
I'm
at a
sure.
point?
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, he had Kyler at a point, obviously,
Kyler
his rookie
sucks.
year. And yeah, exactly.
Back to the Mike Evans signing, though, it was even better because Juwan Jennings is still a free agent.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Even it helps.
and
him out
Juwan
even
Jennings
more.
had a pretty good season last year. So.
Yeah.
He stepped up when they needed him to, and it showed in the game. I think they were playing. It was they were playing the Eagles in the wild card round, right? That's
Yeah.
who they played in the
Yeah,
wild
it is.
card.
Yeah.
He stepped up because what's his name got hurt?
Kittle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that game, so I think he stepped up, and I really enjoyed the signing for the Niners. I think
I
they
don't
needed
think they
it.
bring Juwan back then.
Let's just hope the Niners move their training facility so they don't get.
Oh,
I saw that report.
Apparently they
Oh,
disproved
really?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a thing apparently.
I
So
didn't know about that.
everyone can take a chill pill on that.
It is interesting, though. I'll say
It
that.
is.
All right. So obviously, that was quite a free agency.
Can I do one more free agent
yeah,
shout out?
yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
I just got to do this because I got to shout out the Texans. They have built their O-line. They got Braden Smith and Wyatt
Absolutely.
Teller. I think those are great signings. I mean, their defense is legit. They were
Oh my God.
running the league in pressure rate and only sent 4 every single time. They were lowest in blitz percentage, highest in pressure rate. Their defense is legit. They're getting interceptions. They're getting turnovers. Now you need to just protect C.J. Stroud, and that's exactly what they're doing
Yeah.
in free agency.
I mean, Daniel Hunter and Will Anderson coming off.
Oh,
the same
exactly.
side.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So there was
Ridiculous.
actually another free agency sign I was hoping someone would bring up. Because ESPN has ranked it as the number 2 move in free agency, and I fully disagree.
Where we got?
Kyler Murray to the Vikings.
Ah, of course.
I literally was like, I got the notification. I said, "You're really going from a guy who made the playoffs once. He's the number 1 overall pick. He was the number 1 overall pick in a very light quarterback class. The other quarterbacks taken in his class were Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins, and Gardner Minshew.
But he never lost a game in high school, bro.
I mean, he's had the weapons there for some years, and he hasn't
Yeah.
done anything. And
Not
you
not the
think
caliber of
him
Jettas, though.
going to the Vikings is going to magically fix him? I think it's a coaching problem.
I don't
Yeah.
know about magically fix them, but I think J.J. McCarthy broke them. I don't think they, honestly, I don't think they were a broken team last year. They had the exact same team except no Sam Darnold,
They should have
basically.
brought back Kirk Cousins.
Tanner and I actually had a lot of discussions about this where we were like, oh, if we made a tier list to rank every NFL team, not including their quarterbacks, like their quarterback has no effect on the team at all, the Vikings would probably be in the S tier.
I would say A, but yeah. They're up there. I think their team overall was great. Like 2 years ago, their defense was stellar. Brian Flores is still the defensive coordinator, so they're just building on that scheme. And what do you call it? Justin Jefferson. Enough said.
Yeah, literally.
No, I agree.
Justin Jefferson's already
Yeah.
an improvement over
Yeah.
any weapon that
Can
Kyler's ever
Kyler
had. Shout out
actually
DeAndre
throw
Hopkins.
it to him now is the question.
Yeah.
That is the problem. Yeah, I agree.
You know? And then, with that, too, that I've noticed with Kyler Murray is, I mean, it's kind of like a meme, but, his game drops once the new Call of Duty comes out.
I didn't realize.
I'm not even joking. This is a real stat. If you
I've
look
seen it. I've
into
seen
his
it.
November, December play,
Yeah.
completely falls off compared to his September and October play. It's unreal.
I learned recently too. I didn't realize Kyler Murray was a part of FaZe Clan.
Yes.
He was like his name was FaZe K1.
I was gonna say that too. That's hilarious. Oh
Yes.
my god.
So not only were there's all these free agency moves, but there were a ton of trades that
Yeah.
were made too.
Yeah.
Tanner, what do you got as far as trades?
As far as trades, I mean, we're gonna
As far as trades.
we're gonna look at the one that's the glaring one, right?
I'll let you address the elephant in the room.
All right, well, Max
Goodness.
Crosby, the trade that should have happened, honestly. I don't know why it didn't happen, because the Ravens had all this information going in when they made this deal. They knew what they were expecting. They made the deal, and 4 days later, after the edge rushing market starts to get established of price, oh, by the way, the deal fell through, and now we're going to go get Trey Hendrickson for a cheaper cost. So I think it was a ploy by the Ravens to reestablish the edge rushing market so that they could get a guy cheaper. And I've heard a story, and I don't have the name, so this is going to be hearsay, but I heard a story about back they did something similar where they traded for a wide receiver, and same thing, failed the physical, set the wide receiver market, and then they were able to sign Michael Crabtree for a much cheaper price than what they
I heard
initially
that
got
too.
him at.
I mean,
yeah.
Don't
So-
try me with a sorry ass receiver.
What
like
you're
that.
saying is basically tampering.
That's
is
what
what
I'm
you're
saying.
accusing the Ravens
It
of.
is something they have done before, and I haven't looked this up. I don't know if it's the same GM that they had from both situations, because if it is, then no one's doing a deal with the Ravens.
Most likely, I don't think that they fired their GM since Michael Crabtree was relevant.
Then yeah, and so they need to. That is kind of a thing, because they're not going to get deals done if this guy is still in the position when he's already done moves twice like this already. So he needs to leave, and if the thing continues, then the owner needs to get out because he's the one making the call. You know what I mean?
And did you hear how they tried to cop out of that? They were like, oh, our original plan was to get Max Crosby and Trey Hendrickson.
Nah,
Editor,
shut
panning the camera on me. Bullshit. It's just, there's absolutely no way that they would drop that much money on two edge rushers who are 29 plus, 30 plus. It's probably going to hit a wall soon, even though I think they still got some good years left in them. But I don't know. The whole thing just seems a little, what's the word I'm like bush league in a way.
Yeah.
They realize that they can get a player one tier below Max Crosby for a lot cheaper than Max Crosby, and they took it. And cheaper includes the fact of not only his contract that they would have had to take on, but the 2 first-round picks.
It was
The 2 first-round picks that they had to trade away to get it. And also, it fucked over the Raiders, really badly.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
The Raiders traded away Max Crosby, picked up 2 first-round picks, and then it
Started signing guys
Did
instantly.
a great job, by the way, holding out, because I know a bunch of teams were offering them 1 first and a second, and they held out for 2 firsts. They knew what they wanted, and they went and got it. And they had all this money, went out and signed a shit ton of free agents, a bunch of really good free agents.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins,
Big
Tyler
contract.
Linderbaum, just a bunch of other guys that are really good who are making a lot of money, and now they have to take back the Crosby contract. And I guess the way that some people are trying to look at it, well, Raiders fans, those that exist for the most part, are trying to look at it is, okay, we signed all these really, really good free agents, and we brought back in one of the best edge rushers in the NFL. So, I don't know, it kind of offsets in a way, but they're going to be in money trouble for the next, 2 years probably about.
That's what it comes down to,
Yeah.
because they were in blow-up rebuild time now, and now they're in awkward cap situation with a guy that they don't know if he's going to be there for their playoff push. Because let's be real, it's not happening next year.
Right, but
Sorry.
it is going to
Yeah.
be the thing that you actually like, though, and he made a whole video about this. Go check that out. It's going to be that thing that you like, where most, if not all, of the money is spent on the rest of the team, and the quarterback is going to be that lower paid guy.
Yeah.
And
But you need to strike while the iron's hot, while you have the
right.
draft pick payment.
in
for the
Mendoza's
quarterback
second
instead.
or third year, this would have been ideal, not his rookie year.
Yeah. To have Max Crosby back at this age now in his 3rd year, that would be nice. But I
Yeah,
don't-
hey,
feels bush
our
league.
guy Chris Collier, who's on the Raiders, told us that it's all sunshine and rainbows in the Raiders building right now. Max is happy, the
I'm sure they're
organization's
happy to
happy,
get that.
everybody's
They are.
happy.
They got Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
there. You like that? You like that?
Yeah.
Chris Collier, running back for the Raiders, actually told DJ and I that he was getting soft tissue massage, and Max was in there or whatever, and they were just chopping it up. And Chris said he went home, saw on the TV that Max was traded, and he was just like dumbfounded, and he was like, "Oh my God, like we just lost our leader of however many years."
Locker room guy.
And then waited 4 days, and then saw the trade got called off. And then Chris said he went back into treatment, and Max was just in there just chopping it up with everyone like nothing even happened. Like nothing happened. I also heard that the Ravens treated him like shit when he got to Baltimore.
Really?
Yeah.
They said that like a driver picked him up, or he had to drive to the stadium or something like that.
Well, you know what? That
he
tells
flew
you,
commercial.
That tells you how much they actually wanted this trade to go through.
The general manager
wanted to
wasn't
set
even
the
the one to
market.
greet him either.
They just wanted to set the market.
They should
If
be
they weren't-
disciplined.
Yeah, if they
It
weren't
was just like
even
one of the
rolling
people
out
in
the
the
red
facility
carpet for the
that
guy.
greeted him. It's
You
not,
trade,
I'm
you
pretty sure.
trade two
Don't quote
first
me on
round
that.
picks for this guy who's a
Okay.
top edge rusher in the league, and you don't roll out the red
Yeah.
carpet for him. You clearly never wanted him.
Exactly.
Take away their second round pick
The,
and give it
the
to
Jets
Las Vegas.
treated Aaron Rodgers better than that.
For real.
They treated him. They treated him
Yeah.
too well.
Do you guys
Honestly.
think, do you guys think they should be disciplined, the Ravens?
I think there should be something.
I'll say no. I think that, well, as much as I agree that they knew what they were getting themselves into with this whole
Yeah.
debacle, it is the duty of, after every trade, free agency signing, that you have to have a physical test.
Yeah.
They knew, they knew he wasn't going to pass. He was injured at the end of last year.
Surgery in
'Cause,
January.
Yeah, he got surgery. Yep. I mean, it would have happened in any other scenario with any other player. I mean, they said Daniel Jones was exploring his options this offseason and then ended up re-signing with the Colts. And at a record contract, that man literally knows no bounds with his contracts. But what I'm getting at is, it is the duty of the team to have those physicals, and if the guy isn't going to pass it, it wasn't meant to be.
The way I look at it, it's like insider trading. We all know it's bad, but no one's ever going to do anything about it.
Yeah, but we should.
Exactly. We should. Like we morally know we should do something here, but it's
There's also been like way worse done in the NFL
Of course.
as far as
Yeah.
like this, in my opinion, was like just like the most minor of cases. There have been
It's big because it's a big name.
I was gonna say it's
Yeah,
a big
still-
name, and the fact
Yeah.
that it screwed the Raiders over in the process. It wasn't just like, oh, the Ravens did it for their benefit.
No,
like
yeah.
they screwed over another team in the process of doing this.
Oh yeah,
And
I'm-
it's the waiting 4 days before the release of it didn't go through. Like, I mean, he was there the next day as soon as the trade happened. So
Yeah, posted
would they
a picture
not
of
have,
Baltimore on a Snapchat
exactly?
story.
Would they not have the physical that day? Would they not have?
you're supposed to.
Yeah, exactly. I would imagine.
You would think. I mean, the guy got either ACL or meniscus surgery in January.
Yeah.
To reconstruct his knee.
Because he missed the
And,
Giants game.
Like, dude, it's the fucking third month of the year. This happened in the first month. If
Yeah.
I do the math on my fingers,
2 months.
he's not gonna pass a physical 2 months after getting like reconstructive knee surgery.
Yeah,
There's
Like,
another
yeah.
name that happened to last year. I can't remember who it was. It was either last year or the year before. There was a similar situation. A lesser name than Max
Failed the
Crosby.
physical.
Failed physical.
But there's an NBA.
it happens
It was in the
across-
NBA. It happened.
Yeah, NBA. It happens all the
Yeah,
time.
Yeah, it does happen all the time in the NBA.
With the it was the Lakers center trade. They brought a center in, and then it turned out that he failed the physical. You remember
Yeah.
that?
Oh
happened.
yeah. They brought in Nick Richards. That's who it was.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it happens. It
Yeah,
happens
yeah.
all the
It was with the
time. That's what I'm
Hornets.
saying. Like,
For,
I think it's getting more blown up because it's Max Crosby.
Don't
I think
connect.
so. Yeah. Yeah, that's
No,
right.
it was the Connect trade,
Connect
yeah.
trade.
It was Mark Williams.
Mark Williams.
Okay.
For the guy that they were trading for. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Danny, who's your trade pick that you had?
Ooh. See, this is a tough one for me. Like, do I just be a homer again?
I mean, you can. You know.
I mean, listen, I do think it is one of the
There's
best
one
trades.
that I feel like you got it.
Yeah, I do feel like it is one of the best trades, and a lot of analysts actually agree because they rank the Steelers top 3 in offseason wise, not including the draft yet. Michael Pittman to the Steelers. They got him for effectively nothing. I think they traded away a 6th round pick for Michael Pittman and a 7th. They're paying him $20-something million this year, I believe, but then for the next 3 seasons, it's only $18 million. Calvin Austin is a Giant now,
I like
so the
that.
Steelers lost him. Yeah, that's good
I
for
like
you
that,
guys,
yeah.
man. We
I'm
all like,
happy
we,
with
we,
that.
we all like him. We all like Calvin Austin.
They just did what they needed to do. That's
Yeah.
what it came down
Yeah.
to. They did what they needed to do.
I
And
wonder if they can at the draft too. We'll
you know
find
what?
out.
I think they can this year.
We'll find out.
I
It's
thoroughly think
interesting.
they can
It's
this-
interesting.
But yeah, it's I don't know. The thing about like the Steelers receiving room currently is just DK doesn't necessarily strike me as a wide receiver one, like a true wide receiver one. I think he can play a very, very good complement to a guy who can be a really good route runner plus have hands on top of it.
He is your X.
He is the X, which is a little shaky for me, and especially it's shaky because DK does have a past injury history, and he has a past,
Penalty history.
crazy person history. I don't know. I like the Pittman trade a lot.
He just feels like a Steeler.
Yeah, and
I was gonna say he feels. When I heard about it, I was at work, and someone at work was a big Colts fan. They're from Indiana, and they were so upset and distraught over this. But then didn't they re-sign?
Alec Pierce.
Yeah, Alec Pierce.
Who's good.
Holy shit!
I mean,
Huge
talk
contract.
about
I don't know where the Colts get their money from. $88 million to Daniel Jones, and then Alec Pierce's big contract. Like Alec Pierce had a good year, but he's not worth what he's getting paid.
Jonathan Taylor's already under a big contract. They got a lot of money invested in that big three of Daniel Jones, Alec Pierce, and Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
I
and they
thought
lost
I
Braden
heard
Smith
that in the
because of
big
it.
2-6, to be honest with you.
And they lost Braden Smith because of it. They weren't able to re-sign him.
Yeah, exactly.
You still have Quentin Nelson though.
But
Jersey boy.
to close it out, I think Pittman's a really good receiver. He's a good go up and get it guy. He's a solid route runner, has great hands, and he just has like that, what I was talking about before with Jaquan Brisker, just that Steelers mentality where it feels like even if he does land on his head wrong, he's gonna get back up and he's gonna play through it. You know what I mean?
He had his career high of 7 touchdowns this season too.
And I'm also pretty sure that he has a 1,000-yard season under his belt. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that he has a 1,000-yard season under his belt. So
Like at the 1,000 mark, sounds right.
like right around it. Like I don't know, like 1,100 or
I could see him
1,000,
like a
96.
1083
That's
guy.
where I was. That's where I'm at. Yeah.
Which I'm totally fine with for a wide receiver too. Just spread the ball out more. I don't know. The Steelers needed more offensive weapons regardless.
And a quarterback.
And and a quarterback.
Hopefully
that's
Can't
addressed
go
at
9-8.
You got
anymore.
Grandpa now.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Well, not
happening.
yet.
It'll be 8 and 9 this year.
Rodgers hasn't said he's coming back yet. I don't know. I'm on the Will Howard train,
probably
man.
on a
I need some
retreat
Will
as
Howard.
we
in my
speak.
I'll
life.
give you one
Yeah.
of my Raj jerseys.
Mike McCarthy actually said that he has fallen in love with Will Howard.
All right.
So,
I
but he
like
also
Will
said that
Howard.
he's been having conversations with Aaron Rodgers every week since he's been
they're
hired.
talking. Of
course.
So,
They're talking?
Yeah.
He has his phone on the
They're in the
spiritual
talking
retreat.
stage, but he's actually in love with Will Howard. It's a weird relationship that they got going on. It's like Love Island stuff.
Quite a love triangle going on.
Yeah, really.
In Pittsburgh.
Shout out Will Howard, though. I want to see him start.
I was going to talk about Michael Pittman too, and I already briefly talked about DJ Moore.
Sorry about that.
So you're the Steeler guy, bro. But BBH, bro, who do you got as trades?
I really like the Rams trade with Trent McDuffie.
Oh yeah.
That was honestly.
They're all in.
Yeah, I loved it. There's not much more to say about it.
Yeah.
That trade felt right.
I got one right after this.
Is giving up a first round pick
Tanner's gonna
for a
wrap us
corner
up with
though?
that.
Like,
I'll hit you.
I think it's necessary.
I mean, he's
I think so,
definitely
too.
worth it, but I mean, like, look at like, I don't know.
The Rams-
part of me
The
feels
Rams
like
gave up their pick, and now they still have the 12th.
right, but part of
They're
me,
fine.
part of
the
me
Rams
feels
love
like
giving up picks.
Yeah.
They love it.
They always do.
They're one of those teams where the draft hasn't benefited them in the past. And okay, wait, I'm gonna finish. They won a Super Bowl and lost like first round picks for years. They traded for their future for a Super Bowl, and it paid off in their favor.
But let me just say this, because 2 years ago they got Jared Verse and a haul in that defensive draft.
I was gonna
They
get to
nailed every single pick, like Omar Spates,
They're one of the best. They're one
Cam
of the
Kitchens.
best- they're one of the best.
Yeah, Cam Curl, everyone.
Yeah.
They nailed every one
At
of
the
those
start
picks.
of this decade, I thoroughly believe they're one of the best ran organizations in
Yeah.
the NFL.
Hayden, let me tell you the reason why I don't like that trade.
Okay.
Okay.
Kansas City is historically very, very good at developing corners.
Yes, they
And
are.
That's fair.
They literally had L'Jarius Sneed 2 years ago, and he was an All-Pro, and
I think he's still floating around free agency
and
right now.
amongst the top of the league, exactly. And right now, he's still floating around in free agency because he was a cap casualty the season after being an All-Pro.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Part of me feels like the Chiefs are just either they know what to look for in a corner when it comes to their scheme, and once that corner gets out of there, they know that they know that he has high value.
I agree
So
with
they
that.
went out and they used that high value. And listen, I like Trent McDuffie a lot. I think he's a really good corner because he was a first round pick. But I I don't know. That's just the part that scares me is like the L'Jarius Sneed situation because he looked like he was going to be one of the top corners in the league for the next couple of years.
I see it.
And he just fell off a cliff with the Titans last year.
That's understand. I mean, well, it's the Titans.
That's totally fair. But I mean, when it comes to corner
the
play,
Titans had a dumpster fire every year last year. I mean, we're going to probably talk about that more in the draft part of this because it's a very interesting situation in Tennessee right now.
Very.
With Dable and Saleh, the former
New York guys.
Yeah, just 3 years ago they were going head to head in what I like to think is one of the worst games I've ever watched in Giants history. When it was pouring rain in the Meadowlands in October, and but that whole situation intrigues me. So that's why with Sneed, I'm like, I don't know. I think it was just the timing and the situation.
Fair enough. All right, wrap up trade talks.
More,
I need to say this because I don't know how we didn't. It happened so long ago, so I think we forgot about it. But Waddle to the Broncos, bro.
Oh, yes.
That is like they might have just won the Super Bowl with that move. I was a huge Broncos fan last year. I think if Bo Nix was healthy, they make the Super Bowl. Don't know if they beat Seattle, but now they added a actual second threat next to Cortland Sutton, who's your clear X receiver. You got the Z on the other side. It's a perfect pairing. I think Waddle's going to finish the season with better stats than Sutton. Both are going to be 1,000-yard receivers.
They also got little Jordan Humphrey too.
I love that guy.
He was a stud for the Giants in preseason.
for the 2 games.
And then he played I think he played
Giants,
1 or 2 games in the regular season. He's a stud.
Pass,
I like him, and something about that offense, man. I don't know why it took us till now to bring up Waddle because I completely slipped my mind. I agree with you.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like it's because it happened before free agency even opened.
Yeah.
It's just something we blanked on. But it's a big one.
All right. Well, everyone, it is the moment. I know everyone's been waiting for this. The Fuming Takes top 20 mock draft picks. How we're going to do this is we're going to go in the order of Tanner, me, Danny, Hayden, and each of us is going to get about 45 seconds to say your pick and about 1 sentence to justify it.
I'm only going to need 3 seconds for the first one.
Beautiful. You got stuck with the easiest one.
bro got given the auto pick.
I'll say right now, it's Fernando Mendoza. He's going to the Raiders. Right. Obviously, we all seen this coming. Is he the 101 of the draft? No. Is he the 102? No. Is he the 1010?
Maybe.
Yeah. 110. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he's.
It's similar to the Cam Ward pick.
Exactly. It's similar to the Cam Ward pick because it's just now the obligatory we need a quarterback at the 1 spot. But it's like, is that going to change the franchise? Is that going to be the future? I don't know. So
it's not.
Milkman's fuming back there right now.
Milkman's fuming. And I've had this conversation. We have gone into this conversation in depth. I'm not a believer in Mendoza.
My dog.
Let me say this to the credit of Mendoza. To the credit of Mendoza, I think he's got such a great attitude for the game.
For sure.
I think he's willing to learn, and he can take a hit and get right back up.
Agreed.
So I really like that about him. I think those
just doesn't throw a good ball.
Exact attributes, and I know this is the craziest stretch, but that is what you got with Tom Brady when he came into the league. You know, he was just a guy, and then he had the attitude, and he had the work ethic, and he kept working at it. And now you have that guy mentoring Mendoza. I'm not saying Mendoza's even in that sphere or will touch it, but the fact that they have similar personality traits outside of the game of football and will bring that work ethic to the game of football helps Mendoza.
The only thing I like about it is that the Raiders brought in Kirk Cousins, and that is the type of mentor that you need. I'm not even
100%.
It's not like
we're pointing at each other like the Spider-Man meme because it's like the same person. Like Kirk
that's
Cousins
the type of mentor you need for a guy. He's a veteran quarterback. He had a few good years in Minnesota. He did decent in Washington.
Yeah, few
not
years
as great in Atlanta, but
he was banged up.
He is the type of guy that you need. Every team does it.
Yeah.
The Titans didn't really do it last year.
So I got a question with that and follow up with it. Does Kirk Cousins start right away? Like, does Mendoza start right away?
Mendoza?
Yeah.
I'm not into rushing rookie quarterbacks.
I get that.
I'm not into it.
But
that's
yeah.
Like, I wasn't into it when the Giants rushed Jackson Dart, but it needed to be done. There
But they
needed to
didn't
be a
even-
change.
They didn't even really rush him. It wasn't
They
a
started
week
Russ.
one. You know, they
He was a
started
week
Russ.
4. That's early.
It was a rush because Dable was already in the hot seat at
Yes,
that point
that's
because the defensive coordinator
that's what
sucked
I'm-
and we were slipping away with
Yeah,
games.
But yeah,
whatever.
that's what I'm getting at. I don't think there's need to rush.
I do agree with that, but I do want to say picking a quarterback with the number 1 overall
intent is to
spot,
start him.
picking a player with the number 1 overall spot, you want that guy on the field as much as possible.
The intent is to
So
start them.
to have a guy that you're going to be like, week 6, we'll see. You know, it just feels a little weird. But
All
but
right.
it is probably the right move, all things considered.
All right, we got to move on with the draft.
Sorry,
no, you're good. We each get 45 seconds. Just a reminder. So let's just say your pick. and
Not
keep moving.
45 minutes, I got you.
Yeah. All right. So obviously Tanner picked Mendoza. I'm going for the Jets. Arvell Reese, edge from Ohio State. You know,
Yeah.
he's a fast and versatile defender that will bring a lot of strength to this lacking Jets defense. I think.
Yeah, he feels like he's becoming the lock spot there.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
all
He
the
seems
mock
like the
drafts I've been
consensus
seeing
number 2.
around. Yeah, he seems like he's going to be the consensus number 2. I got a hot take for him at the end of this, and I'll get to it.
All right, Danny.
All right, so this might be controversial for some people because, well, offensive linemen are usually not this highly regarded, but I am a big believer, as well as Tanner is. We actually talked about this last night, in Francis Mauigoa. I think he goes at number 3 to the Cardinals. The Cardinals kind of need, well, everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know, offensive line is just a good place to start. You solidify a guy who has great player comps, by the way. Who'd you mention last night was one of his player comps?
For Mauigoa.
Or it might have been
It was a
another
different player,
offensive
I
line.
think,
It
yeah.
might have been like Proctor or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's a guy who's basically guaranteed to be good at this point, and linemen last for like 10 to 15 years, good offensive linemen. So I think that's just good ROI.
I've been
Right
hearing guys in the draft circle say, instead of 10 years, say the second contract. It's a good way
That's
of
fair.
looking at
Yeah.
things. And I do think it is a good way of looking at things, so I just wanted to say that going forward.
All
But
right.
yeah,
BDH.
I think he's a second contract
Yeah.
guy.
All right, BDH.
So I have the Titans. I believe the Titans are going to take an edge rusher, Dave Bailey from Texas Tech.
Okay.
He
Right.
was tied in college football this past year with 14 and a half. What was it? 14 and a half sacks. Sorry, I have to pull up my notes on him. I take this very seriously, guys. I took notes on all these guys, but Texas Tech had a good year. Obviously, new head coach in Tennessee. I don't see the only other thing I could see them maybe going for is maybe a receiver.
Jeremiah Love?
Jeremiah Love, I will get into when
That's who I
someone
had them
picks him.
taking.
We'll
I
see.
have a lot of thoughts on Jeremiah Love, but no,
All right.
Dable is going to bring in an edge rusher. He did
Yeah.
it when he first came to New York.
Well, that's a perfect segue into Tanner's take.
To the
do you
Giants,
got?
I guess. Yeah, I don't have Jeremiah Love.
Thank
if that's what
God.
you think. Yeah, because let me just set the scene here. Because back in 2017 or the 2018 draft, that's when the Giants picked Saquon Barkley with
They
the
didn't
number
need
2. They, I mean, sure.
Quentin
and-
Nelson was available.
Exactly. This is where I'm getting at. The Giants were ranked 26th the year prior to Saquon joining. Saquon joins. Guess how much they improved?
It wasn't it like 25 or
24th.
Yeah.
So the best running back since, you could say whoever, and you only improved that much. Last year, guess where the Giants were ranked in the rush? Rushing yards.
I'm actually not sure.
5th. So we're going to get Jeremiah Love, who's going to not be able to show if we've improved at all. And granted, Jackson Dart had 490 on the ground, but he only played 12 games as a starter. So I think 490 is like a safe what I expect for him next year as well, honestly, if in a full 17-game season. Yeah. And then Scatterbo can take away some of those rushes from him because he'll be back healthy. Tracy will take away that.
We also have a fullback
That's what we
now.
need. Exactly. We have a
Yeah.
fullback. So I don't like that. I want to pick who I think is the best player in this class, and I got Caleb Downs going to the Giants here.
I like it.
I love this pick here. I think he is the smartest player in this entire class. I mean,
needed him.
he reacts so quick. He's just a menace all over the field. And the Giants had a problem with umbrella coverage last year, I feel like, and he provides that. I think we have Javon Holland and Tyler Nubin, who I like both of those guys, but Nubin can definitely play in the box, and Holland's not a guy that I'm like, oh, we can pass up on Caleb Downs because we have Javon Holland. Get the right guy, get the best player available, take Caleb Downs, and let's do something with it.
I fully agree.
All right.
I want to note this about Jeremiah Love real quick. He was a Heisman candidate in one of the weakest Heisman classes. Johnny Manziel, the year he won the Heisman, mind you, a quarterback, had more rushing yards than Jeremiah Love, who was a running back. And we're really making like...
Well, hold on, because Jeremiah Love split a lot of time with Jadarian Price,
agree.
who is also like a top 3 running back. Let's just...
Manziel had more tutties too.
Jeremiah Love loves bouncing things to the outside, which kind of is a problem as well, because he won't necessarily get away with that as well. Sorry.
You're good.
We'll get there when we get there.
All right. Just a reminder. Try to stay under a minute with your takes. Just for the sake of this video. We've been going for 45 minutes.
Well, we're only going to the 20th pick, so
Yes.
luckily.
All right. I got the Cleveland Browns at pick number 6. Unless you think Jerry Jeudy is a wide receiver 1, I am taking Carnell Tate from Ohio State, and I think he will be their wide receiver 1.
I like it.
I like that too.
It's a very
True
good
X.
take.
Yeah. All right, Danny, who do you got? Washington Commanders.
Yeah,
pick
so
7.
the Washington Commanders. So here we go, boys. I said this on the last podcast that Sonny Styles is one of my favorite players in the draft, and I think that the Commanders draft Sonny Styles right here because Bobby Wagner is gone.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a great pick. I think it solidifies their defense, their defensive leader probably for the next couple of years. I said to Tanner one time, Sonny Styles is just one of those guys who let's take Madden for example. You're like looking at his grades and they're like all like A to B, and then you look at his physicals and it's just elite everything, and you're like, all right, yeah, this guy's like a no miss prospect. So I don't know. I've been really high on Sonny Styles for the last couple months. So yeah,
Yeah, he plays with great instinct.
yeah, I'm going Styles to the Commanders.
All right.
Ohio State with 4 of the top 7 picks so far. Just saying.
Oh yeah, dude, they were quite literally
Yeah, yeah.
an NFL team last year.
Yeah,
It was-
incredible.
All right, BDH, New Orleans Saints, pick 8.
Well, my Sonny Styles pick got taken because that's who I would have taken.
My bad, dog.
You know, I'm looking at my list, and you know, they also have a need at wide receiver.
Okay.
The Saints, and I'm going the route of Mekhi Lemon, wide receiver from USC.
Nice. That's
Okay.
early, but
Okay.
I mean, all the mock drafts I've looked at, like the Mel Kiper and stuff, they have him going earlier than that.
I like Tyson more than him, I think, especially as like a wide receiver 1, because Lemon definitely is a slot guy.
Yes, because he can create space.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's what he can do.
Right.
And you know what? I think the Saints need it. You know?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm actually liking their moves lately.
I'm not big on Olave, so like, yeah, bringing in any wide receiver is
Olave's
good.
digressed significantly since coming in.
I got you. Yeah.
All right, Tanner, Kansas City Chiefs, pick 9.
Yeah,
I
you know
know.
it's Ruben Bain.
I
I
know.
think he could maybe be the best edge rusher
Yeah.
in this entire class. Yeah, he's a beast. That's exactly what the Chiefs are looking for. True off the edge threat.
Yeah.
What else did I put for him?
I looked at the draft board and I was like, oh my god.
So
Ruben Bain's still here at the
Yeah.
Chiefs for us.
So
Mel
I
Kiper
think-
had him going to the Cowboys at 12. He is not that.
No.
He is way lower.
He might go where Bailey went, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that might be a swap there. But Bain, out of the 3 edge rushers at the top of the class, smartest guy out of the 3, and he has to be because people are talking about his arm length and his hands and everything like that being short, and which I don't really think is a problem. And his intelligence and every step he takes is planned out and thought of, so he makes it work. He'll make it work in the NFL. I like that pick a lot.
All right, well, I got pick number 10, the Bengals. Both my picks, I had David Bailey and Ruben Bain. But we're going Mansour Delane, cornerback for LSU.
Ooh.
No.
You know?
This board shaking up.
That was my
I think he could serve as a reliable starter, and he's got a lot of scheme versatility.
Yeah,
I think
that's
for
fine.
for sure.
That's fine. That's
He's a
fine.
true
All right,
rangy cornerback, yeah.
Danny,
Breathe,
Miami
breathe,
Dolphin, pick
breathe,
number 11.
All right. So I had the Dolphins taking a corner here either way. I had them taking Mansour Delane because I watched film on him and wow, he looked great. But a guy who arguably is more talented at the cornerback position than Mansour Delane just picks up more penalties because he's a little bit of a hothead and a little bit crazy. Jermod McCoy, cornerback from Tennessee. He
Waiting for
I think he missed the season.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he
missed
missed
it
this
last year.
He missed this past season due to injury. So we were going based off the 2024 season. But dude, this guy
He plays electric.
yeah. That's the only way to describe it. And I mean, the Dolphins just have holes everywhere, so I guess why not get like a lockdown corner? And he kind of looks like he could be like a Jalen Ramsey, kind of like helping the run game and kind of just all over the field. He, drifts out of his zone when he doesn't have anybody in his zone, so he's smart, has a high IQ, and he's fast.
Yeah.
That kid is fast, man.
Well, another team that has a lot of spots to fill is the Dallas Cowboys. And Hayden, you got pick number 12.
So aside from like probably telling you some player you've never heard of, because I have a strong dislike for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
I actually think this is where Jeremiah Love ends up. This is where he should end up.
If he's still on the board, yes.
Notre Dame and the Dallas Cowboys are like the same thing in my eyes.
Well, they
Like,
just gave
I view them
Javonte
the
that
same.
contract, though. They just gave Javonte Williams that contract, though.
They like having multiple
come on.
running backs.
Jeremiah Love. No, Javonte Williams isn't stopping you from getting Jeremiah Love. He shouldn't. He shouldn't stop you from getting.
Is
Jeremiah
$11 million
Love.
a season deterring you from that, or
They like having multiple running backs in Dallas. They've done it for a few years now.
If Love falls into their lap, I don't see why they wouldn't take him.
That is the most Jerry Jones
'Cause they
move
need-
of all time.
I don't know.
That's where
I just feel like they need
that's
pass
where if
defense.
they don't go defense, they're gonna go for a running back.
We just
The
picked two
Dal-
corners, so it'd have to be Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it has to be Love there.
I like
if
it.
that's how it goes.
Yeah. Of course.
It's fair.
Who's next, me?
It's the Rams.
How are we doing over there?
Oh, did it die?
If there's an angle that changes, it's because one of the cameras died.
Technical difficulties.
It's all
But
right.
lands on
The
the
camera's
case.
turning back on now because
I'll give
Milkman's
Making me do extra editing work.
Someone could do like a
guys.
little dance over it.
green screen him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put like the little All right. Tanner, LA Rams, pick 13.
Yeah, all right. Well, this is interesting because I had a few names. I think they go offensive weapon for sure. I thought there's a world Carnell Tate fell here, but he's not here. I thought Mekhi Lemon was my best shot here, to be honest with you, because I really like him in a McVay offense. He's a great blocker, and that's what McVay would love with that.
He's a SoCal boy.
But I'm going to go with Kenyon Sadiq, honestly. He's still available. I liked Kobe Parkinson. I mean, I know Rams fans love Kobe Parkinson because he has the record for touchdowns by a tight end for the Rams. Yeah, last year he set that record.
That can't be too hot of a list.
Eight touchdowns. But
Jeremiah Love.
I think Kenyon Sadiq is probably the play because you need a better pass catcher, which, Parkinson is. He's getting the touchdowns clearly, but I consider him more of a run blocking guy, and I think he is. I mean, he's towards the top of the league when it comes to that. So Sadiq, you can flex him out wide. You can do multiple different looks with him. They're going to treat him as a wide receiver 3 in that offense with McVay, but I think that's a good pick for them.
All right. Well, I had pick 14, the Baltimore Ravens. I have them taking Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana. I like Zay Flowers as their
Over
wide receiver,
Tyson?
but I think he's. I think
the line,
dude. I think Zay Flowers is definitely more of a wide receiver too for them, and I think bringing in a younger guy, I think that could be a good move. Danny, Bucks. Pick 15.
Oi. Well, listen, I like Jalen McMillan. I like Emeka Egbuka. I don't know that is necessarily it can be better, is basically what I'm trying to get at. And with Jordan Tyson still on the board, I'm kind of thinking about going Jordan Tyson here. They need defense, but I don't know if there's many defensive players worth picking here. But I could see them picking Peter Woods. Because
I feel like it's a stretch for him to go here.
Yeah, it is. It really is, because I think he's like a mid to low 20s kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say screw it and just take Jordan Tyson.
I like it.
I think it really just fills the last spot of what that offense needs. They have everything that they like. Baker, Bucky,
I hate you for
Egbuka.
that.
Who doesn't have much to work with? The New York Jets. And Hayden has pick 16 with
Is
the
selling the
Jets.
franchise an option?
I wish.
Is that an option?
Gary V, if you're listening, please buy the Jets.
You might get Steve Cohen, the Mets owner, buying them, but what don't the Jets need? Is honestly I wasn't
Throw it on
Wide
the wall.
receivers, running backs.
they need a lot of help. Well, they need a lot of help overall.
We got our offense isn't bad.
Go.
All right,
I
DJ.
go line here.
Stop.
I think, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking. I think Ione
Yeah.
from Penn State
I
would
think
have
it's
been
Owane or whatever.
Owane, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
He's a Penn State guy.
Yeah.
Penn State produces
Vega.
solid O-lines.
Yeah, Vega.
They go Wane.
I think they go Owane if,
that's a great
if
pick.
a wide receiver is not available.
I think.
If-
Yeah.
That's kind
Yeah.
of what they need. I mean, offensively, their O-line has been tragic over the last few years. They butchered. Who's that O-lineman they got? DJ. He played for the Jets. Can't think of his name. He went in
Mekhi
2020.
Becton?
Yeah, Mekhi Becton.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of his name. Yeah, he proved to be not worth anything for their O-line. So, yeah, I guess, yeah, they got to go O-line, so they're going to get
Yeah.
that guard from Penn State.
Okay.
Right. Next is Tanner, Detroit, 17.
Yeah, I don't expect this guy to be here for Detroit, to be honest. I think I'll take Spencer Fano here, though. Like they'll probably slide him or Penne over to left tackle. They're definitely going O-line. I think it's between like Proctor. If Owone is there, they'll definitely go him. And Lomu as well, I think is a name. He's the only true left tackle out of this class, Lomu. So like that's kind of like a lean there, but I don't know if it's that big of a deal. But Proctor or Fano is definitely the pick. And Fano's definitely the pick over Proctor. I'll say that. So Fano, I'm going with.
My last pick is pick 18 for the Vikings. This guy seems to be the one going to the Vikings. I think I'm pronouncing this right. Dylan Thieneman.
Yes, sir.
Safety from Oregon.
That's exactly
You know,
what it
he's
is.
It's
definitely
like
got
the
an
most
idea.
reliable
talking about
pick
that
that
for sure.
there is this
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
besides
Six
Mendoza.
tackles.
Yeah. I feel like everyone's saying this.
He literally is like a Harrison Smith prototype,
Very
essentially.
funny, yeah.
Like he had 106 tackles last year. Yeah, I don't know, replace Harrison Smith, who has been one of your cornerstone franchise pieces, with another white safety. That's so drip.
Yeah.
So,
All right, Danny, Carolina Panthers, pick 19.
well, I would say with Caleb Lomu still on the board, I'm going to go with Caleb Lomu. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's not really much to say other than the fact that, like, if you give Bryce Young more time, it's proven that he does play better. And Caleb Lomu on some draft boards is ranked higher than Fano. So, I think that's a good pick, especially for the spot that he's picked in.
I do want to give a shout to Proctor, though, only because he can play tackle and guard, which I think Carolina could use the versatility there. But just
A lot of teams need that.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of teams need that. I mean, Evan Neal.
well,
Evan Neal, they had
he
to.
couldn't play either.
They had to. They just re-signed him for another year.
Avion.
Yeah, but we're not paying him anything until the season
bro,
starts
so
or whatever. It's
I'm just
crazy.
happy
so
they
good.
got that. James Hudson.
Oh yeah, he needed to be gone. That guy's
right.
a terrorist.
Hayden, you got.
He's not wrong.
Hayden's got the last pick of our top 20. Dallas Cowboys, pick 20. Who do you
I
got?
got this pick from Green Bay in the Parsons trade. Think you go defense, you need an edge rusher. Zion Young, Missouri.
Really?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Over Messidor?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Messidor's more interior, isn't he? Oh no, you're right.
he's
You're right.
outside.
He played
on the other side.
You're right.
And then Keldrick Folk too, Auburn guy.
Was he not already taken? I thought he was.
Nah, he wasn't taken yet.
No, I'm still sticking with it.
All right.
I'm still sticking with it. I think he's a little bit later. I mean, he's younger too. Falk's like 20. I'm 23. No comparison between the two, but Falk is more untapped potential. That's what he is. He's younger. He's more untapped potential. There's more to be shown with him. He's definitely going in the first round.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Yeah.
He's definitely going in the first round.
Yeah.
A lot of places. He's probably going to go to a team like the Chargers. He could go to the Steelers at 21. There's a lot of teams that could pick him up.
Okay, cool.
I am gonna say here to comment on that. In a lot of the mock drafts that I had the Cowboys getting a corner at one of the two picks that they have in the first round. And if Mansour wasn't picked the pick before the Dolphins, I would have had Mansour go to the Dolphins and then Jermod McCoy go with the next pick, and then the Dallas pick after that go with something else. But here, if they hadn't picked a corner first, I would have had them go with Avion Terrell. You guys know Avion Terrell?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Kid's a monster. He kind of reminds me, his like role is kind of the same way that like Jahdae Barons was in a way like last season, where he can kind of just go all over the field. He's a good tackler. He screams down on everything. He's just a football player, man. So,
You know what this draft class kind of reminds me of? What year? Reminds me of 2022 a little bit.
Who was the first overall pick? Just
Wasn't it Trayvon Walker?
Oh, and then Hutchinson right after.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Trayvon Walker.
It was.
But I'm saying this draft in general is a less quarterback-heavy draft. You were drafting your pieces to build the team. I mean, I remember who the Giants took in that draft. We took Evan Neal and Kayvon Thibodeau.
We took Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson.
Dude, I feel like it's a really deep draft.
It's
though. Like,
deep, just not the quarterback position.
we just went 20 picks deep, and we still got Monroe Freeling on the board, Keldrick Folk, Peter Woods, Peter Woods is arguably the best defensive tackle in the class.
Simpson, bro.
It's
Akeem Messidor,
it's deep at the key
Casey
pieces.
Concepcion, CJ Allen, I really like.
It's deep at
like,
the key pieces.
All right,
Yeah,
well, you guys
correct.
are going to be able to see this full draft order on our Instagram page. It'll be getting posted draft week. I'm sure Danny's going to cook up a beautiful looking pice of art for this.
Little graphic.
Appreciate it.
But to wrap up the show, as always, we're going to finish up with our hot takes. We got to keep this kind of hot. Keep it hot, keep it simple, keep it quick. I'm going to start with BDH.
Oh, you're going to start with me.
Oh, man.
You got it.
Our guest.
I mean, can be about anything, like regarding football. Like,
Yeah,
I have,
anything regarding
I have a
football.
lot of them in my head, off the top of the head.
Go with the most outlandish one. Establish your
Outlandish
presence.
one?
Yeah.
My
Piss on the
most
fire.
outlandish pick.
Hydrant.
All right, so I'm gonna go with a playoff prediction, an early playoff prediction.
Boy.
I know,
Training camp ain't even started yet.
I know.
All right, let's hear it.
I believe that the New Orleans Saints will win their division this year.
Direct.
You guys should place a
opposite
bet.
for me. Yeah.
I
got the
believe they will
Panthers.
win the division this year.
Okay.
I think it's the weakest division in football.
Of course.
I do think Carolina, however, will still make the playoffs.
They prefer the most balanced
Really?
division in football.
So what I'm hearing is Tyler
think
Show's going to
both of
get
them-
injured and Zach Wilson's going to be starting.
Absolutely not.
This
It's
guy.
it's the
Do you have a crush on Zach Wilson?
Zach Wilson is the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Although,
yeah.
if he wants to continue like the past Jets quarterbacks and revive his career, maybe it's the place to do it. But I actually am a firm believer in the Saints. Even if they don't win the division, I still could see them sneaking into a wild card spot at like a 9-8. They are a sneaky team that no one has on their radar.
I just find it.
Last year it was the Colts.
I find
that
it
could have
tough.
done it.
I find it tough though because I feel like
They
the
really blew
division leader comes in at 9-8. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that division specifically, I think the guy that wins it like is just over 500, and I think there's no chance for a wild card team out of the South, NFC South.
Yeah, I don't think so either, especially with
That's
how
just-
good the
that's
NFC
my
West
I
is.
think it's. I think.
Yeah,
there's
exactly. The
probably
NFC
three
West is
teams
gonna
that
eat up
make it
those
in the
spots.
NFC
Well,
West.
but
And
you
the
can't
NFC
predict
East,
injuries.
who knows what happens.
You can't predict injuries. You can't predict anything. That's why it's controversial.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's why I said I was like, I had to think about it, and I'm like, you know what, Saints.
Yeah, you're
All right.
Saints. I'm Panthers then.
Yeah.
All right, well, Tanner, what's your hot take?
You know what? We were talking about it, just the draft class. I think Arvell Reese ends up being the third best out of the edge rushers. I think Bailey and Bain are going to surpass him, honestly. Yeah, I mean, Bailey has incredible speed. Bain has all the technique in the world, and Arvell Reese is still learning the position. That's how I've summed it up.
I just thought of this.
I think that's good enough reason for you guys.
I just thought about this.
Shoot.
The AFC North is in shambles this year. Who wins that division?
Probably the Steelers, just because.
I think the Ravens take it.
Nah, the Ravens probably do take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about if the Bengals are healthy? Burrow
It doesn't
plays
matter.
all
Their
year.
defense,
They still don't
their
have a defense, though.
stinks,
Yeah.
dude.
All right, I
And
was
then
just
the
throwing
Browns
it
are
out
just in
there.
the shitter. The Browns haven't even named a starting quarterback yet, so
They'll change like 5
It's going to be
times.
Shadar. It's going to be Shadar.
hopefully.
Danny, what's your hot take?
Mine's a little bit weird. I actually thought about it this morning. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have over 1,000 receiving yards this year. Yeah, he's going to be the second running back over the last 20-something years, along with McCaffrey to
yeah.
do it. I don't know. They just traded away David Montgomery to the Texans, of course, and that is probably pending Jahmyr Gibbs becoming the highest paid running back in NFL history. if you're gonna pay him like the highest paid running back in NFL history, why not split that up and pay him as a running back and as a receiver? Because we saw
the most utilized player in NFL history.
Exactly, but we also saw he was probably the most utilized running back in the passing game last season outside McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And dude,
Bijan.
No, not even, dude.
Huh?
There was games where like Jameer would have like 9 catches for like 70-something yards. And it was just...
And now that
like,
Montgomery's gone too, he's going to have even more opportunity.
Exactly, that's what and I think that's part of the reason why they traded Montgomery, because they're like, why are we going to invest this much money into one position if, if he's going to split time with somebody? So yeah, I think Jameer eclipses 2,000 scrimmage yards this year along with 1,000 receiving yards.
All right. I'm going to keep going with my team of the Jets.
Let's hear it. They make the playoffs.
I just want to make this clear. I think this is absolutely absurd. This is just pure observation. So I kind of think that the New York Jets genuinely think in their organization they're going to the playoffs this season.
I don't know.
So
I'm being clear about that.
Well, I don't think we are whatsoever. But if you look at all the guys that we've signed and traded for and whatnot, we've signed so many guys to one-year deals. We've signed David Onyemata, Kingsley Anagbre, Andre Sisco, Nashawn Ray, Chukwuma Akorafor. I'm sorry, I'm butchering these names so badly. Okorafor, Cade York, and Juno Smith, all to one-year deals. And we're stacked with draft capital in this draft. And I can't help but wonder if Aaron Glenn and the Jets organization genuinely think that they're actually going to make the playoffs this year. Because you look at that, the amount of picks that they have.
I don't know
a lot of the one-year deals are
crazy.
prove-it deals. In my
I don't know
opinion.
whether to applaud the optimism or to question the delusionalness.
I think
if you want to know what I actually think the
I want
Jets
to make
could
that
do,
clear.
Yeah.
the Jets historically
Our trash.
like to win games that they shouldn't be winning.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like the Giants.
We're good in
sense.
December.
Shout out to the
So-
Patriots in like
All right,
2012.
next year's draft class is looking to be a big draft
Tank
class.
for
The quarterback class.
Tank for Arch will probably not happen because the Jets will win enough games to cost them that.
Yeah.
So I don't think your take's crazy. It just needs
Yeah.
to be tweaked a little.
All right. Yeah, I see it.
I think it's
I can
crazy.
see them getting 5 more wins than I would have had them getting if they weren't tanking and they had 0. So they would now be having 5-12.
You're basically saying that while everyone thinks they are a tank team, they're looking at from the inside out like, oh, we can do something here.
Yeah.
That's what you
yeah,
think.
they could win
Yeah.
5 games that they weren't supposed to win.
Yeah, but they not even weren't supposed to. Shouldn't.
Genuinely. They'll lose.
Yeah,
like if
the
they gotta
Jets do
play,
it.
if they gotta play like the Browns, they'll probably lose to them. But if they gotta play
We beat
like
the Browns this past
But
season.
If they play
They'll
like
win,
Jacksonville, they might win.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's what I'm getting
stuff
at.
like
If
that.
they
They'll
play a
split with
playoff
the
team
Bills.
from last
Yeah.
year, they might, they just might pull one out.
They do always seem to like end up being in games that they just should not. Like,
Like,
or have
Wasn't
any
it?
right
Who are
being
they
in.
playing this year?
The year,
that
like the
happened?
year
It
that
was,
the Chiefs,
I know
it
you're
was
talking
Zach
about.
Wilson's last season with the Jets, and they played the Chiefs, and the Chiefs did win. But at the time,
Zach Wilson
Zach Wilson
outplayed-
was the only quarterback in the
Wilson went bar
NFL to
for bar with
outperform
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. That's
All right,
crazy.
dude. Yeah, and there was a stat that showed that Tommy DeVito was the only quarterback outperforming Patrick Mahomes in the 3 weeks that he started.
Well, no,
I mean,
he's saying
obviously
against
it's
Mahomes.
BS.
He's saying head-to-head.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
crazy.
He
though.
did,
Like-
no, that Jet season was one of the most interesting because didn't they go 7-10 back-to-back years?
Yeah,
Can you
just
look
make sure
that
you
up?
wipe it off your lip when you're done with that.
Get out of here.
Can you look that up? If the Jets went, I think they went 7-10 back-to-back seasons. The one year they were actually looking good. I think it was 2022, and then the
Yeah.
next year was the year Rodgers came in and he got hurt.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Jets like to win when it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They
They were winning
That's
some
true.
weird games.
they were both
2022 and 2023.
That jet just went right
They
down.
love to win when it doesn't matter. That is
Yeah.
the New York Jets mentality.
That's funny.
Win when it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Can I close us out with a hot take, or we got any more?
Hit us with the Tanner.
The Denver Broncos will win the Super Bowl.
All right. Thank you so much for watching us today. It was so great being back with the guys today. Thank you, Hayden, for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Good to see you.
Nice meeting you.
Oh, I gotta press this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Into the mic.
Oh, yeah. All right. Follow us on all our socials. We're so excited to be back, and we should be getting into a routine, I think, of being back here pretty regularly for you
For
guys.
sure.
And we're so excited to see what happens next. We'll see you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.